Starting with the home side now, the critics said Mark Hughes got his team selection wrong on Saturday against England in that 2-0 defeat. There are changes from that team. The headline news, Ryan Giggs due to make his 50th appearance, out with the virus. In at centre-half, 21-year-old James Collins, only his 5th cap. Mark Delaney moving to right-back. Robbie Savage is back from his one-match ban, and Robert Earnshaw, who's got a scoring rate of 1 and 2 at this level, gets the nod up front ahead of John Hartson. Gary Speed, a record 45th match as captain. Jason Kumas filling Giggs' position on the left-hand side. Simon Davis right back against England in his more familiar role in midfield. An all change at the back, Delaney going from centre-half to right-back, and James Collins alongside Cardiff teammate Danny Gabardon in the middle. Poland's squad affected by injury, 6 major players being forced out. Only 5 survive from the team that lost to England, and Pavel Janus makes 3 changes to the team that beat Austria on Saturday night. Out go Sebastian Mila, Zayak and Derby County striker Rashak, Kamil Kosowski and Miroslav Shimakowiak. They come in while Pieter Wodacek is back from a 2-match ban after getting sent off against Northern Ireland. The Welsh strike force, they'll be familiar with the side of the Polish keeper Jerzy Dudek of Liverpool. For the side they play in Germany, and there's 3 from the Polish leaders Wisla Krakow. Up front, Żurawski, who scored in 3 of his last 4 internationals. The referee tonight is Alan Czar of France. He'll get things underway with Wales in their familiar red shirts, kicking off with Robert Earnshaw in the side, in the starting lineup, in ahead of John Hartson, giving an early touch to Simon Davis. A lack of passion. That's what some of the critics were saying about the Wales performance on Saturday. Poland, a couple of late goals from them, saw them home 3-1 against Austria, which is why they're the team closest to England. Just to remind you, England 1-0 winners, leading the group currently by 4 points. Speed forward. Maybe next time Wales play, Gary Speed could be the manager. A lot of talk, a lot of conjecture about the successor. The Football Association of Wales meeting tomorrow to confirm their shortlist. But what a night for Robert Earnshaw, what a night to prove he is the future of Wales attacking prowess alongside Craig Bellamy. Shimakowiak found by Gary Speed, the 2 number 10s. Shimakowiak, one of those 3 Wisla Krakow players, and coming in place of Sebastian Mila. Well, not a lot of challenges going in on Saturday, early on in the match against England. Criticised for that, and already seeing signs that the team are sparked up for Sparky. So much made, of course, of the fact that Mark Hughes, now manager of Blackburn Rovers, is saying goodbye after a 5-year reign, but so important they end on a high from Wales's point of view. Ball for Gabardon to deal with here. 9 games now, competitive games, without a win for Wales. Originally taking a knock on the head, but play going on. Originally seems to be in a lot of pain there. Clashing with Gary Speed. This is why they both got sore heads. Really is an important match in the race for second place. As Speed said, we've got to win tonight or we're out, basically. Well, a lovely ball forward by Collins to Simon Davis. Bellamy's in the middle. Earnshaw is coming in as well, headed out by Haite. Savage. Kumas. He's got his West Brom teammate in the penalty area. Almost found Bellamy. Headed by Baczynski for a throw. First build-up of some early pressure from Wales. Wanted to take the throw on quick. Referee Alan Czar thought otherwise. Because he wanted to let Kolizny come back on. Well, if you couldn't recognise him before, I think you might now. It's an interesting headgear he's got on. Thatcher with the throw. Striking Baczynski. Came off Kaluzhny last. The Leverkusen midfielder. He's got a great strike rate at international level. He sees the first corner of the match. Collins in the middle. So too Robert Earnshaw, of course. Gabidon's there too as Kumas swings it in. Maybe a chance to break here with Żurawski. He's got Włodarczyk ahead of him. Worked out of defence by Wells. On ball at the top, looking for Earnshaw, and Earnshaw's in here. Robert Earnshaw for Wales. First opportunity of the match, and a mistake in the Polish defence by Jacek Bąk, giving the West Bromwich Albion striker a real opportunity on goal. Tight angle. But promising signs from the home team, and enough to get the fervent support behind them. Dudek came for it, didn't get it. Davis pulls it down to Robbie Savage. That's nice from Wells. Kumas's chip ball in, falls to Earnshaw. It's not clear yet. Bellamy back to speed. And finally Poland do get it out, and they get it out well as well. This is Piotr Włodarczyk. Some space now for Kosowski. Well, maybe should have gone for goal, Kosowski. End to end now at the Millennium Stadium. Baczynski, Żurawski, and Kosowski wasting another opportunity. Well, it opened up for Robert Earnshaw. They worked it well. Credit to Tomasz Hajto. He only got it half clear. Speed shot hitting Tomasz Jonsa. And then it was Poland's time to counter-attack. Szymkowiak, the flick on was Włodarczyk, didn't come off. Kumas. That's running off the ball by Craig Bellamy, taking on Hajto. Kumas. Bellamy taking on Hajto again. Doing well, just eluding Simon Davis and almost falling to Robbie Savage. Does fall to Delaney. Oh, and so close to getting on the end of it was Robert Earnshaw. They're threatening Wales. Queuing up here, just ahead of a couple of Wales players there, and then Delaney with the cross shot. Bellamy was asked, looking at the candidates, the likes of Rush and Toshak and Brian Flynn and even Gary Speed, which one do you fancy, he was asked. Bellamy replied, don't really fancy any of them. It will be an interesting appointment. It's made when it's made, and it'll have to be made. This, just to remind you, the last match in charge for Mark Hughes. Paweł Janis, the Poland coach, of course, will be going on despite him coming under some pressure in the press when they were starting this campaign. They lost 5-1 at home to Denmark. Oh, this is a chance here. Craig Bellamy, and him, Hajto. Bellamy hits the post. I think Dudek got a touch to it as well. The closest we've been to a goal. Kumas with the ball forward. Bellamy outpacing Hajto. Dudek getting a touch on it, hitting the post. Kaluzhny with the acrobatic clearance. Davis! Oh, what a good effort. And a good save from Dudek. Lovely strike by Simon Davis. He was off balance as he hit it as well. Swerving and bending, Dudek followed it all the way. This time Davis takes the corner. Gabidon's header in. Speed will get a second chance to get things going. Oh, Savage taking a late knock there from Shimchovik. And the Wells management team are off the bench, furious with Shimkovic. Savage injured. Shimkovic may have got away with it. Clearly late with the foul. Look at that, following through. A little theatrical, it has to be said, from Robbie Savage. Juravsky. Shinkovic, fouled by Robbie Savage. That was afters. Bellamy trying to bring Shimkovic up off the floor, and it's starting to boil over. That was from the incident earlier on, and Robbie Savage is going to be booked for this incident. I don't think any more than that will happen. Shimkovic absolutely making a complete meal of the incident, as you'd expect. Savage said when he came back on the pitch, "I'll get you back." And that's exactly what he did do. But look at the reaction of Shimkovic. That deserves a booking as well. Why is he holding his shoulder? And he's still at it, Savage. Could spill into the second half, that little battle between Shimkovic and Savage. A match that could decide who makes the playoffs in Group 6. Of course, Austria and Northern Ireland will also think they'll be featuring in that race. England very much the favourites to win the group after winning 1-0 earlier on in Azerbaijan. Forward by Thatcher. On by Earnshaw to Kumas. Kumas still with it. Craig Bellamy. Oh, what a chance for a wonderful start to the second half for Wales. Kumas getting the better of the substitute Thomas Klose. Bellamy couldn't keep it down. And Wales almost taking the lead within 30 seconds at the start of the second half. Thomas Jansa, who plays for Heerenveen in Holland. Was set to sign for Leeds actually in the summer, but the deal fell through because of financial pressures. Speed. Shoving the back from Thomas Heiter and Craig Bellamy. The free kick taken quickly, and Earnshaw's in here. Robert Earnshaw scores for Wales. And in Mark Hughes' final game, they have the lead. A quickly taken free kick. And Robert Earnshaw justifies his place in the starting lineup. Quickly taken by Robbie Savage. Jonsar couldn't recover, and Earnshaw with a cool finish. Well, he's improved on that strike rate of 1 in 2 now. It may be his last game in charge, but it means a lot to Mark Hughes. Robert Earnshaw gives Wales the lead. And a loud Millennium Stadium gets even louder. Good foot in by Kumas. Strong challenge by Close. Collins mops up. Wodarczyk, Żurawski, Kozowski. Strong challenge by Robbie Savage, who felt the fall from the Poland player was just a little bit weak and meek. Well, look at that from Ben Thatcher. Well. I wonder if there'll be anything to say about that. Certainly stamping on the head of Kozowski there was Ben Thatcher. And that's why he's gone down holding his head. Wodarczyk goes off. Second substitution made, and it's Tomasz Frankowski who's coming on. Now this guy can't stop scoring goals. Get this, 7 games in the Polish game this season. He scored 12 goals. 2 games in Europe, he scored 3 goals. 1 game for Poland, he scored 1 goal. That's 16 goals in 10 games. He's hot. Kaczynowicz. Johnson. Frankowski's in there. Well, he had a chance to make a real impact. And the Pole that can't stop scoring in the form of his life had an opportunity to equalise with his very first touch. If they can keep it that way, Mark Hughes' reign is going to end in victory. And more important, it'll keep their hopes alive for Germany 2006. But that's a good ball to Frankowski, who's equalised. And the Wisła Krakow goal machine does it again. James Collins, beaten by Frankowski, who scores his 17th goal in 11 games this season. And you have to say, superbly brought down and then terrifically finished. The ball forward by Kaczynowicz. And this time, the back pairing of Collins and Gavidon could do nothing about it. So, tactical and probably forced on him as well in terms of which player he substituted, Mark Hughes, but he's gone with 3 up front, Earnshaw and Hartson, with Bellamy behind them. But it's defending they've got to do here. Mila to Żurawski, who's in on goal. Żurawski for Poland scores! And suddenly, from 1-0 down, Poland are 2-1 up. And Mark Hughes is furious with the assistant referee. He felt it was offside. Frankowski to Mila to Żurawski, who makes it 4 international goals in his last 5 matches. Now, was the assistant right to keep his flag down? I think he was. Good finish by Żurawski. And Mark Hughes' managerial reign is ending in frustration and anger. Kozowski, Frankowski, Kaczynowicz, he can hit it, and he scores. What a goal! It's game over, and it's Jacek Kaczynowicz, the Bayer Leverkusen midfielder, with a wonderful left-footed strike, who puts the Dale into Wales's World Cup hopes. Inside 15 minutes, and Poland are heading for victory, as they did 3 years ago in the Millennium Stadium. Kaczynowicz, who's been so quiet for most of the match, strikes the blow that's given Poland the 3 points. Welsh football is left with another campaign which is going to end in disappointment. but ended disappointment so early on. You really can't see the new manager, whoever he may be, whether it be John Toshak, Ian Rush or Brian Flynn or Gary Speed, whoever, you can't see them saving this one. It would take comeback in this Group 6 of gigantic proportions. Looks of despair in the crowd. Dudek was in that team back in 2001 that won 2-1 in the Euro 2004 qualifying campaign. A lot of injuries to the Poland team as well coming in. Morawski and other defenders was out. The changes up front as well. But it hasn't affected them. 6 points and 6 goals from Poland over their 2 games. 1 goal and no points for Wales. Savage. Hartson pulls one back. A mere lifeline, you feel. But at least Mark Hughes' reign will end on a little bit more of a positive note. And John Hartson scores his 15th international goal. Make that 14 international goals. Gabidon, loses out to Frankowski just when they wanted to get it forward. And Kocinovek takes it into the corner. And Mark Hughes' reign as well as manager is over. And it's ended in defeat and disappointment and despair at the Millennium Stadium. It's finished. Wales 2, Poland 3.
Robert Kaufman in Wales.